Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Crystal. Last time, we made our way along through Route 27 on our way to the Pokemon League, and we also got slightly into Route 26, which is really cool. And this time, we are going to be going ever further through Route 26 and hopefully getting all the way to the Pokemon League. Wow, look at all those badges. I'm impressed. But you're not satisfied by just collecting them, right? No, it's about the experience, you know? All 40 plus episodes of it. This is Psychic Richard, who has a single Psychic Pokemon in Espeon. This Espeon is level 36, so it's possible it has the move that I am looking out for on our own Espeon. Espeon does learn a really nice move at level 36, and I think it will make life a lot easier once we get a hold of it, and Confusion is not that move. Confusion is a Psychic-type move, and the move I am holding out for is also a Psychic-type move, but Confusion isn't it. I think it would be really disappointing if Confusion was what I was talking about. There it is! Psybeam is the move that I am looking out for on our own Espeon, and hopefully we'll be getting it pretty soon. In fact, I think I'll switch out my own Espeon to get us a little bit closer to that goal. I'm going to use Shadow Ball right here. I think that's probably a good choice. Good little super effective choice. Kapoof. And down it goes. Very nice. Get a nice chunk of experience for that. And Psychic Richard was defeated. Good battle, he says, and I agree. Very good battle. And of course, Espeon is holding the amulet coin, so we should be pretty rich going forward here. In fact, I think I'm going to switch Espeon into the front now that Feraligator's down, just so we can expedite this new move process. Anyway, right here, this just loops right back down here to this spot. Really not sure what the point of it is, but yeah, there's that little thing there that allows you to sort of loop back around that way. Anyway, heading up here, we've got actual road. Yay, and then right over here, I think, there's something very interesting, and wait, really? Wow. What level are these Pokemon? They are 20... Wait, what? Did my Repel wear off and I just didn't notice? Maybe I'm just crazy. Yep, turns out our Repel did wear off. Not sure how I missed that, but there you go. Anyway, right over here is a very interesting house. There's nothing for you to actually get in here, but we have this notebook right here. There's something written here. Read it? Sure. To my brothers and sisters, we take pride in serving Pokemon trainers. When trainers talk to you, give them something useful. Love, Monica. Keep reading? Sure. Monday, Monica, Route 40. Tuesday, Tuscany, Route 29. Wednesday, Wesley, Lake of Rage. Thursday, Arthur, Route 36. Friday, Frida, Route 32. Saturday, Santos, Blackthorn City. Sunday, Sunny, Route 37. In case you are not familiar with where all of the Day of the Week siblings are, this notebook will actually tell you, which is really cool. I like that little detail. They just sort of stuck this house over here in the corner of Route 26, and it tells you where each one of those siblings is. Also worth noting, they only give you their item once, so don't think you can farm these guys. Your Pokemon look a little tired. You should rest them a while. And there we go, that is that healing point that I mentioned last episode. There, your Pokemon are looking good. Keep at it. This house is really convenient, really nice to have. And right here, there's a fruit-bearing tree that contains an ice berry. Not the most useful of berries, but definitely worth noting. Since you've come this far, you must be good. I'm going to give this battle everything I've got. Alrighty, let's do this. And I like how the tree just unloads right before the battle actually starts, just a weird little detail. Anyway, this lady sends out a Pikachu, a Pokemon that we still cannot obtain for Lord knows why reason. Like seriously, I don't understand why we are not able to obtain Pikachu yet. Like, a lot of people talk about how Pikachu's always in, like, every game except Black and White, but I'd argue that it's effectively not in this game either, because you cannot get it until after you've beaten the game. And, like, even after you beat the game, they make you wait a while before you can get a hold of one. It's kinda crazy. Anyway, up next is a Blastoise. I think we're going to keep in Espeon right here, just to see if we can knock this thing out for some really nice experience. That flinch is definitely going to be helpful in that regard. Alright, gonna keep spamming Bite, because since Bite is technically a special move in this game, Espeon's high special attack stat makes Bite really quite strong on it, which is really nice. And of course we have Surf. Now, if the opponent uses Surf, you'll notice that the waves are kind of slightly tilted, like the opposite way from when your own Pokemon uses it, which is kind of interesting. I feel like that's a detail that not many people notice. Anyway, down goes Cool Trainer Joyce. No, I don't believe this. Well, you better believe it, lady, because it's true. Anyhow, right up here, this route keeps on going through the mountains, and you'll notice this pond right here. You might think, oh man, there's something super cool in this pond. Nope. Absolutely nothing is in this pond. Kinda disappointing, but what are you gonna do? By experiencing tough battles, you gain power. Power. Always a fun move to say. Not fun move to say, fun word to say. If there was a move simply called power, I'd be behind the whole Game Freak's running out of ideas spiel, but I'm not. Anyway, I got a Victory Bell right here. This guy also stuck out to me because I think this is like one of the first, if not only, times you see a Victory Bell during the main story, and ooh, that's gonna hurt. I'm pretty sure we have the TM for... Well, actually, do we have the TM for Toxic? I don't remember. Anyway, the way Toxic works is it's basically a worse version of Poison, in that it will do like 1/16 damage the first turn, then 2/16, then 3/16, all the way until you are kaput. The nice thing is, at least in this generation, if you switch out your Pokemon or the battle ends and you get into another battle, it just reverts to regular poison damage. So, if you're concerned about being toxic, just keep your Pokemon off the field for a while and it'll just turn back into regular poison, which, mind you, is still bad. It's just not as bad. Anyway, take out that Flareon and Marowak gets level 35. Very good. And up next we have a Kingler. I think I'm going to switch over to Electabuzz for this one. And I feel kind of bad that Heracross is being left behind. Last we checked, Heracross was level 31. So it's probably going to get quite a bit of training in between episodes very soon here, just because I'd like to have it right around on par with everyone else when we go into the final battles of the game. Anyway, that was a very well-placed Thunder Punch, brings down that Kingler. Gah, life is even tougher. Very good. Now you'll notice, of course, our Pokemon are poisoned and very damaged, but the nice thing about this healing spot is it's not a one-time thing. You're allowed to go back in here as many times as you want and heal up your Pokemon, which is super nice. It's basically a Pokemon Center, which is really convenient. And also the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that lady, in terms of like text boxes, is actually faster than your conventional Pokemon Center to visit, which makes me wonder if the Pokemon Centers need to reevaluate their business models. Anyway, right here is trainer number, I want to say 5 on this route. I'm making my final preparations for the Pokemon League. Alright. I guess we could say we're also making our final preparations, but I think we're going to have a little more preparing to do going forward, just because I'm a little concerned about our levels. Anyway, opening up with a level 33 Parasect, which isn't the worst thing in the world I could start out with, and I think a couple of bites could probably take it out. Well, let's go with a few bites. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always take the term a few to mean 3. In my mind, a couple is obviously 2, a few is 3, and several is 4 or more. I know there's no reason for me to think this, but that's always how my mind has worked. Not sure why, and it's right there. It's right there. Alright, I think what we're going to do is we are going to keep in Espeon. He's going to send out his Golduck, and then we're immediately going to switch, because Golduck's actually a little bit scary when you're an Espeon with only 27 health left. So we're going to make the swap right here, just to make sure Espeon gets that little bit of experience, and man, Electabuzz might even get a level here. I don't know, we're splitting the experience 3 ways, so Electabuzz and Espeon are only getting a quarter each, and the Marowak's going to get the other half. So I'm not sure if Electabuzz is going to get the level. Espeon definitely will, though. Anyway, Thunder Punch right there. Will it one-shot it? Yeah, it will. I actually wasn't entirely sure if it was going to. Espeon gets level 36. Very nice. And Espeon is trying to learn Psybeam. This is why I wanted to teach Eevee Bite, and then evolve it into Espeon before level 36 so we could get this. As you can see, we now have an Espeon with a priority move, a ghost move, a dark move, and a psychic move. I don't know about you, but I think that's really freaking cool, okay? And it's not quite enough to get Electabuzz that level, darn it. I blew it, he says. But yeah, our Espeon is going to be a powerhouse now, which I'm really, really excited about. Anyway, looping around here, Repel wears off, but I don't think we actually need it for the time being because there's no more grass on this route. Anyway, right here, aside from the Ice Berry, this is the only item on Route 26, this Max Elixir right here. I know, really, really random. There's a lot more items, I believe, in the remake. In fact, most areas in the remake have a lot of items just straight up added. But in this game, it's a little bit sparse in some areas. I lost to a trainer named Silver. He was really strong, but it was as if he absolutely had to win at any cost. I felt sorry for his Pokemon. So yes, this is confirmation that Silver has been through here. And this will be evidenced by the fact that this is actually the last regular trainer between us and the Pokemon League. That is because, as mentioned in the remake only, Silver actually beat all of the trainers from here to the Pokemon League, and therefore we do not have to fight them, which is definitely a very interesting detail. And I guess it's a really nice in-universe way to explain that, hey, we couldn't fit any more trainers on the game cart, so we're just going to explain it away like this. Alright. Anyway, there's a Stomp right there, and a Fire Spin, which misses, which is really nice. And, oh wait, no. Surf is actually tilted the same way. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I don't know. There's some move in this game that's like sort of mirrored depending on which side of the field uses it. I guess I just got it wrong. That's not what it was. Anyway, very, very easy trainer to beat. Pokemon aren't tools of war. Very, very famous quote from this game. And believe it or not, that is it. Right here, Route 26, Pokemon League Reception Gate. As you might imagine, we are very, very, very close to the Pokemon League as of right now. However, I think it would be very, very smart to backtrack right here and to do a little bit of recovering. So that is what we are going to do. While healing, I decided to check the town map, and I was reminded of some very interesting detail about it. As you can see, this is a map of the Kanto region, but as of right now, the menu will only let you view Route 26, 27, Tojo Falls, Route 28, which we cannot access yet, Victory Road, Route 23, and Indigo Plateau, and then it just loops back around. So if you hold the button, this is all it does, which is something that I did quite often in this section of the game. When I was younger, I'd just sit here and hold this button down. Really not sure why I did that. Anyway, with that out of the way, we are ready to head off to the aforementioned Victory Road. Victory Road is a pretty major staple in the Pokemon series, at least it was, considering the area technically does not appear in Sun and Moon. Although that game has an area called Mount Lanakila in it, right before the Pokemon League. And Lanakila is actually Hawaiian for victory, which I didn't know until very recently. So I guess the area is in that game in spirit as well. Anyway, right on through here is the Pokemon League Reception Gate, complete with this music. Anyone who's played this game for any extended period of time knows this music well. Only trainers who have proven themselves may pass. Oh, the 8 badges of Johto. Please, go right on through. I believe in this game, the game actually does check if you have all 8 badges. However, in the remake, it doesn't actually run the check. It just says that text regardless. because getting to this area without glitching just requires 8 badges anyway, so they figured they wouldn't need to have in a second check. That cuts down speedruns of this game by a lot, as you might imagine. Off to the Pokemon League, are you? The Elite Four are so strong it's scary, and they're ready for you. This way leads to Mount Silver. You'll see scary strong Pokemon out there. We cannot access Mount Silver quite yet, but you might have noticed it on the map of Johto, but there was nothing connecting to it, so I guess that finally explains that. Anyway, before we go onward, I would like to put up a Super Repel, because as you might imagine, this door leads to Victory Road, and I really, really like the music in this area. It's intimidating, really. Anyway, starting off right here, we have a hidden full heal, which is really nice, and then heading right on over this way, I believe it is, we can head over here, and there are a couple of items over in this corner, I believe. Yep, there's an item here, another full heal, which is very, very much appreciated, and then right over here, we have a max revive, which is way more appreciated considering how rare these things are, and you can't buy them in any store. Now, you will notice, this area did in fact appear in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and I believe this is the first area like that we're encountering in the game. You will notice it is incredibly small compared to its incarnation in that game. No trainers, no strength puzzles, and just straight up tiny. So, yeah, keep that in mind. That's how this area tends to work in terms of like the Kanto region in general. A lot of areas are just seriously, seriously downsized in this game just because they had to cram it all onto one cart, which, as you might imagine, not very easy to do in the year 1999. Anyway, gonna head up right here this way, and I believe if we loop around over here, you will notice this architecture will look very similar to players of Red, Blue, and Yellow. However, it's just super duper small. It's like they just zoomed everything out. It's really, really weird. Anyway, heading over this way, there's another ladder down into the basement, and this allows us to grab a full restore. Very, very nice. Really, really good item to have. And then if we hop down here, this allows us to loop back up. And then I think we actually have to loop around this way in order to get the last items in the area. There's actually a hole right here. Drop down. You want to do this. Right here is TM26, which contains Earthquake, one of the best ground-type moves out there. Now, I'm curious. I haven't checked this ahead of time. Please tell me someone on our team can learn this, preferably Marowak. Let's see here. Marowak is capable of learning this, very nice. We're probably going to be teaching that within the next episode or so. And right here, there is another hidden Max Potion. Very good, very, very nice item to have. Anyway, hop down here, and up this way, and believe it or not, that is it. That's Victory Road. Didn't believe me when I said this area was small? Yeah, it's small. Hold it. Are you going to take the Pokemon League challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. I'm not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. David, I challenge you. Here we have the requisite rival battle immediately before the final boss of the game. Silver wants to battle, and he actually has a full team of 6, which is kinda crazy. He is starting off with a Sneasel, level 34, with the moves Quick Attack, Screech, Feint Attack, and Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter actually has me a bit nervous, because I'm pretty sure it's super effective on Espeon. So, I think, well, no, I think we'll actually keep Espeon in. Now, Sneasel is Dark-type and also has Feint Attack, which I'm a little concerned about, but I want to see how much Bite is going to do. It doesn't do that much. Ah well. Maybe switching is actually the best course of action right here. This is probably the one instance I wish we had Heracross with us, because this thing is very, very weak to fighting-type moves, and I believe I have enough TMs to give Heracross a decent fighting move. but unfortunately, I have not made it quite that far. In between this episode and the next episode, definitely going to be teaching some TMs and buying any ones I've seemed to find necessary. Anyway, making that switch right there, and this Thunder Punch is probably going to make this Sneasel feel the pain. Gonna get a one-shot? Not quite, but the next one's definitely going to bring it down. This Feint Attack's probably going to hurt, though. Bring us down to 58. That's not terrible, actually. One more Thunder Punch, and down goes Sneasel, his first Pokemon. Very cool. And Electabuzz gets level 38 for our troubles. Unfortunately, Marowak doesn't get a level, but what are you going to do? Anyway, next up we have Magneton. Magneton is level 35 with the moves Sonic Boom, Thunder Wave, Supersonic, and Thundershock. Again, this thing really has not changed all that much since we last saw it. It's basically just higher leveled. And the strategy to take it out is pretty much the same. Bash it with a ground-type move until it dies, is honestly the strategy you're going to want to use here. And wow! One Bone Meringue is all it took. That's crazy. Anyway, Marowak gets level 36, and of course, since it's holding the experience share, it gets experience twice, because this game is weird. And next up, we have Meganium. Meganium is level 38, with the moves Poison Powder, Razor Leaf, Body Slam, and Reflect. If you started the game with Chikorita, he would instead have a Typhlosion, level 38, with the moves Ember, Smokescreen, Quick Attack, and Flame Wheel. And now this is really hilarious. If you started with Cyndaquil, he would have a Feraligatr level 38 with the moves Bite, Scary Face, Rage, and Water Gun. Yes, Water Gun. We are at the very end of our adventure, and his Feraligatr still has Water Gun as its primary Water-type move. What? I mean, to be fair, the only other move really available to you for Feraligatr that's really viable at this point is going to be Surf. But, like, for God's sake, just give him Surf. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, up next is going to be Kadabra, which I don't believe he had with him last time, so this is what he's using to round out his team. This Kadabra is level 35, with the moves Recover, Future Sight, Disable, and Psybeam. Future Sight is an interesting move. The Pokemon uses it, but immediately nothing happens. But in a couple of turns, the target will actually be struck with a relatively powerful move. However, at this point in the series, because of reasons, I guess, this move, even though Future Sight itself is Psychic, the attack that hits you is going to just be Normal type. Well, I don't remember, it's either Normal type or Typeless. Either way, it's not a Psychic type move. So, yeah, kinda awkward in that regard. Anyway, next up we have Golbat, level 36 with the moves Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, Bite, and Leech Life. And I think this will be a really good inaugural use of Psybeam right here, because this thing is very, very, very weak to it. There we go, very nice. And we got a critical hit for good measure. Alright. And I believe he's only got one Pokemon left, is that correct? Yes. His last Pokemon is Haunter, with the moves Shadow Ball, Curse, Mean Look, and Confuse Ray. As you can see, it is level 35, and we're going to be hit by that Future Sight move. Really, really trippy animation right there. And the opponent actually loses their Reflect, which is nice, because this Bite is going to do quite a bit to this guy. In fact, it might one-shot it. Yep, there we go. Very cool. Get our experience for that. And Silver has once again been defeated. I couldn't win. I gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. Seems he's finally coming around. I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm going to find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you, and I'll beat you down with all my power. You keep at it until then. And that is the last we are going to see of Silver for quite a while. Kinda crazy. Now, you know how I mentioned how Victory Road was small? Well, you haven't seen the half of it yet. Welcome to Route 23, and say goodbye to Route 23. because we are already at Indigo Plateau. How long was that? Like a second and a half? The ultimate goal for trainers. Pokemon League HQ. Yeah. Route 23, definitely seen better days. Like, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is an 8 by 6 square. Well, not square, but rectangle. That's it. Really, really kind of sad. Anyhow, right here, we finally have access to a real Pokemon Center, although this one's going to look a little bit different than what you're used to, because obviously it houses more than just a place to heal your Pokemon. Anyway, I'm going to hop into the PC and swap out Gyarados for our Heracross, because it's long overdue that we do that. And there we go. Very good. Now, right over here, there is actually also a shop here, and I'm going to show off its inventory because it's pretty good. Ultra Balls, Max Repels, Hyper Potions, Max Potions, Full Restores, Revives, Full Heals. Really, really good selection right here, so keep that in mind. Anyway, last thing of note is right over here. This guy, he has an Abra with him. If you speak to him, you're challenging the Elite Four. Are you sure you're ready? If you need to train some more, my Abra can help you. It can teleport you home. Honestly, the strongest Pokemon that you can battle against are right outside in Victory Road, but this is actually a way to go back to Johto, because as you might have noticed if you tried, you can only fly within the region you're in, so you cannot fly from Kanto to Johto, so you're kind of stuck, except for this guy. Would you like to go home now? I'm going to demonstrate this just to show that it's really, really easy to get back here if you want to get back here. Okay. Picture your house in your mind. And poof, we are back in New Barktown. Now, say you want to go back to the Pokemon League, but you really, really don't want to make the walk all the way up there. All you have to do is surf over here until you enter the Kanto region by entering Route 27. Then you can go to your Pokemon, use Fly, and it will let you fly right back to Indigo Plateau. So it's really not that big of a deal, and it's really, really convenient. But anyway, I think with that, we are going to end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Crystal, we made our way all the way here to the Pokemon League. We also finally got Psybeam on our Espeon, and we had one last battle with Silver before the end of the game. And next time on Pokemon Crystal, after I do quite a bit of training off-screen, I think we are finally going to challenge the Elite Four. It's been a crazy journey, but we're almost at the end of it. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.